Yep. Yeah, what's going on, family? It's your man B Miles coming to your line once again with another video from the B Miles 84 Conscious channel. And this morning I want to come to y'all with a video talking about George Foreman coon comments up against Colin Kaepernick. And for George Foreman, for him to come out of his mouth talking about Colin Kaepernick is a sore loser, and right along with Kevin Durant, to me that's just very coonish. And at the same time, it's definitely coming out of it's definitely coming out of the mouth of a motherfucking coon and all that, talking about you don't desecrate the national anthem, and at the same time, you don't desecrate the American flag. But at the same time, we already told you, George Foreman, it is not about the motherfucking flag. You feel me? It's much more deeper than that. And for George Foreman to actually come out there to be saying something like that out of his mouth, man, to me, I'm not really that surprised, because we already know that the age of coonery is at an all-time high. That's number one. And at the same time, number two, anytime somebody that's going to be like for Donald Trump is somebody that's actually going to be saying, Donald Trump is really good, for America, that is a Negro right there that you definitely cannot trust. And so when I saw how he came with his comments talking about he's a sore loser and all that, to me, man, that was just like way, it was just like way out of line. And at the same time, I just found it to be like real crazy, and at the same time I found it to be ironic, because you went up against somebody who literally did the same thing, going up against the American flag, and that was the man Muhammad Ali, who whipped your black ass back in the day after he rope-a-doped your motherfucking ass any goddamn way, you feel me? And we already know when it came down to George Foreman, we already know he's not really the brightest of men, because he's going to name all 5 of his sons named George. That's number one. And then, of course, number two, we already know he's been punched on by Muhammad Ali, because ever since then, he has no longer been the same. So when I'm seeing people like him, man, and not to mention I saw a picture, he was putting up his pound face right next to Donald Trump. So we already know that he said that, it made me real proud to raise the American flag. So we, so we already know, like, when it comes to people like him, he's somebody that we really could not trust speaking out on black issues, because he's been cooning for a hell of a long time anyway. And especially ever since he's been making a lot of money from that George Foreman grill. And he's been like riding with Donald Trump for quite some time. So you best believe that all the Negroes like him, man, they definitely going to be sided with the oppressor. To me, man, I just find it to be real coonish. I find it to be like not just very disrespectful, but I find it to be a lot of bullshit coming out of your fucking mouth, because it's people like him, like a Colin Kaepernick, like a Muhammad Ali, like a Charles Hodges, or people like Muhammad Abdul Rauf, who came out there and who stood up against the white power structure, and they pretty much voiced their opinions about dealing with that American flag, because we already know up under that American flag, besides the Confederate flag, we've seen a hell of a lot of racism, and for somebody, to be up in the same sentence, in the same breath as a Muhammad Ali that you fought against back in the day, to me, it's definitely a crying fucking shame, especially when it's coming from the elders. People like him, for him to be coming out of his mouth calling him a loser and calling Kevin Durant a loser. And to me, man, I just find it to be a damn disgrace, man. Somebody coming from like a George Foreman, and like I said all the time, you're entitled to your own opinion. But of course, when any time of these Negroes want to be speaking out against people like that, he's a Negro that's not to be trusted. So when I saw George Foreman up in his comments saying he's a loser, but then at the same time later, when everybody jumped down your fucking throat, now you want to be changing your comments talking about, well, Colin Kaepernick, well, I respect what he did, but I don't like the fact what he did with the American flag. And we do understand we had many of our soldiers fought and bled and died up under that flag. I do understand that, but anytime African American soldiers are going to be coming back home up under that flag, they'll still be treated like shit. And to me, it doesn't make any daggone sense. And that's part of the reason why Colin Kaepernick has been protesting up against the national anthem and against the American flag. And for George Foreman to be sending out of his fucking mouth, man, it's definitely a crying shame, man, for him to come out of his mouth to be saying something like this. So, I definitely had to, put together the short video up on it, man. I really didn't want to explain too much up on it too much, but I definitely felt they had to, come to y'all with this video this morning. Keep on liking and subscribing to my channel. I always appreciate the love. And this is B Miles coming to you live once again from the B Miles 84 Conscious channel. One love once again. Peace.